What I'd like to do now is show you how easy it is to create an order from a quote. The first thing we have to do is we have to open the existing quote that we want to create the order from. Several ways of finding that, but I can go in and look at my open quotes, find the quote that I'd like to create the order from, and open it up. Once I open the quote up, it's just simply a matter of clicking on Generate an Order. What will happen next is Paladin has created the new order, order number 97, and it's going to open it for me. Once the order is open, there's only a few things that I have to do. The first thing you'll notice is that Paladin has brought in the template and the machine information related to this machine to make this particular product. So we see that there's information here related to making a rotary cutting die for ABC printing for the Ward 66 press. Some of this information is read-only. That's what the red means. Some information is not filled in because we don't know it at the time of until we receive the order. And other information is information that is default information that the customer has supplied to us previously. Now, one of the things I'll do is go in and put in what the gripper might be. And then I'll go in and do two more things that are just absolutely necessary. One is to put in the due date for the order. And the other thing is to determine what we're going to be cutting with this rotary cutting die. This is going to populate my bill of materials for me. So when I go here and pick that I'm going to be cutting light double wall with corrugation, I'm going to get a certain bill of materials in my bill of material area, material listing. Now that I've done that, all that's left to do is save the order and release the order into production. When I release the order in production, it will then appear on the production schedule. The other thing that could happen, based on how I've set up my contacts, is that I may actually send to Ted Strickland a confirmation. But the first thing I do is go to release it, and lo and behold, I find out I have an issue. Paladin has checked, and there are certain fields, which you define, that are required fields, and CAD file orientation is one of those. So Paladin tells me I can't release this order into production until I populate this field. And it highlights the field to let me know which one we're talking about. So I go in and highlight the field, save the order again, and now I can try to release it again. Now I release it into production, and it's passed the checks, and it says, do you want to release the travel order to production? I click yes, and again, the two things have happened. One is it's checked to see if Mr. Strickland needs to get a confirmation. If he does, it will automatically email it to him without you doing anything else. Second thing it's done is it has put it on our production schedule. So now this order is seen in the shop by production personnel and anyone that can view the production schedule. Let me show you briefly what the confirmation looks like. Basically, the confirmation is a crystal report with information that you determine goes on it, and this is created in a PDF and emailed to the customer if that is the case. And that's how easy it is to create an order in Paladin from a quote. What I'd like to show you before we leave the screen is what the printout of this order would look like. If we go to print, we'll see, we'll bring up a crystal report that is customizable by you, showing you information about the order. We create a barcode. We use the barcodes that makes it easier for personnel to scan in and scan out of jobs in the shop. We also create and duplicate what exactly is shown on the screen for that particular item. For the rotary cutting die, this is the item layout for that item. And it's exact duplicate of what you see on the screen. So where it is on the screen is where it is in the report. We also show you down in the bottom some traveler specs. These are notes that have been added to the machine specs when you create those machine specs initially. And you'll notice that the header notes that came in from the quote and the item notes that were on the quote are automatically brought into the order, so they don't have to be retyped and they are not lost. The second page shows us the bill of materials that we created. And this information allows us to keep up with how much material is used on the job. So you can see how easy it is to create a quote, create an order from a quote with a minimal amount of effort.